channel, and Chag Purim Sameach! Happy Purim! It's the Jewish holiday of Purim, and that can only mean one thing on this channel. We're going to be making Hamantaschen. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a rainbow Hamantaschen. If you want to see my classic Hamantaschen recipe, as well as all the other crazy fun ones I've done over the past few years, I will link all those videos below. And I also have a 10 facts about Purim if you want to just know more about this really fun Jewish holiday. So let's jump in. Let's make my basic Hamantaschen dough to start, and then I'm going to be turning it into a rainbow of colors. Hamantaschen are so delicious. They're my favorite. If you've been watching my channel, you know this. So I'm pretty excited to get into it. Okay, so my recipe and all the details are linked into the description. It's super easy, super delicious. Let's get into it. I'm actually going to be doubling this recipe right now, so if you're like, whoa, I see a lot of stuff going in, that's why. So you don't need to do that if you're doing it at home. But the first thing I'm going to be doing is creaming together the butter and the sugar. And just a little pro tip, I like to start with softened butter or room temperature butter. I find it really mixes with the sugar a lot better when it's not rock hard and cold. While that's going, it's going to go for 1 minute. I'm going to zest a lemon. Okay, so our butter and sugar are very well mixed together. If you can see, it's almost like a white fluffy mixture. Next, I'm going to be adding my lemon zest, my egg, or eggs in this case because I'm doubling, and my vanilla. And then because I can't do anything this exciting without posting it on my Instagram, I'm going to take a little pic. If you're not following me there, definitely check it out because I'm always posting my Jewish recipes and life. Okay, so this is going to mix for another minute, and then I'm going to combine the dry ingredients in a separate bowl, which is flour, tiny pinch of salt, and baking powder. And then I'm going to mix the wet and the dry together, and the dough will be ready to go. It just needs to chill before we make it into the Hamantaschen shape. You want to go slow here, by the way, not just so you don't create a giant mess of flour, but also to give the dough time to incorporate the two mixtures. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to lay out a sheet of saran wrap or plastic wrap on my countertop, and then kind of just dump the dough on it, and then I'll use my hands to form the dough into a flat disc, which will be the easiest shape to work with when rolling it out later. I don't know if you can tell already, but this is probably the easiest dough to work with. That's why I recommend this recipe so highly. Is like, it doesn't stick to your hands, it forms really nicely, it shapes really well, and it stays in its shape while baking. So I just highly recommend this recipe. So I wanted to do a whole rainbow of rainbow colored Hamantaschen this year, and I'm going to be using some little gloves only because I'm working with food coloring dye and I don't feel like getting my hands covered in food coloring. So that's my first tip, is if you have little gloves like these, it really helps just keep your skin from getting all colored. And I always start with the lightest color first and then go darker, because that way your work surface and everything like that doesn't get too stained. Okay, so we'll move my mask, my Purim drager, and I'm going to just divide the dough into, let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, I have 6 colors, so I'm going to make 6 balls of dough. And I'm going to make them roughly the same size so that there's an equal number of Hamantaschen per color. Okay, so I have my 6 balls of dough. I'm going to pop the rest of my dough in the fridge to use another time, or I might even freeze it and use it in a few more weeks. So we still got a little bit to go till Purim. And then I'm using the Wilton Gel food coloring dyes. I love this brand in terms of giving a real color pop. They're not like organic or that kind of thing, so if you're looking for that, definitely try something else. But if you're looking for a huge pop of color to really see in your food or like dessert items that you're doing, definitely try this brand. They're not expensive. I think it's like maybe $10 for the whole set of probably 12 or more different colors. So all I'm doing is I stuck my finger in and got a little bit of the dye, and then the food coloring dye, and then I'm just going to massage it into the dough. This dough picks up the color super easily, and because these are gel food colorings, you really don't need much at all. Just literally dip your finger in and you'll be good to go. And then what I'm going to do in between colors, so there's my yellow, hopefully you can see it on the camera, is just rinse off the gloves, and then I'll use the same ones for the whole process. But again, like the color just sticks to your skin a little bit, so I find gloves are easier. And then because the gloves are a little wet, I will dry them on a cloth before moving on to the next color. And because I'm going again from lightest to darkest in terms of order, oh my goodness, I think this one's labeled wrong. I just realized I put the wrong lid on this, and I think this is actually brown. So we're switching it to 5 colors. But what I was gonna say is, because I'm going lightest to darkest, it's okay if a little yellow gets mixed into the orange and so on and so forth. Let me wash this off and jump into the green. And it just takes about a minute of working with the dough per dough, and you'll get it fully covered. So you really just need to have that patience to work with it. Okay, so all the dough balls are rolled out into their colors. And I have my little special helper who's joined because you want to eat cookies, huh?
I want to eat some of these sprinkles.
And you want to eat the sprinkles? Okay. Well, I got to roll them out and show them how to make Hamantaschen first. So with each little ball of dough, all I'm going to do is on my floured surface, use a rolling pin to roll it out. And you just want to make sure it's not sticking to your surface. That's really the biggest thing here.
Hey,
let's
do the blue, Mom.
Okay, well, we're going to do that first.
I want to do.
We just got to roll gently and lift often so that it doesn't stick. Okay, then you're going to take a round cookie cutter. If you don't have one like this is actually a biscuit cutter, you can just use a cup. Anything that's in this shape to get the round circle shape for your Hamantaschen. Okay, once you have your round shape, you're going to stick something sweet in the middle. I've been using candy melts.
Mom, look, the blue is all flat.
Good job. I've been using candy melts for traditional to use jam. So for the red, do you think we should use jam? What do you think, bud?
Good.
We're going to use our red raspberry jam with our red Hamantaschen and just do a little drop in the center. Do you know how to make the Hamantaschen shape? You pinch the sides to make a triangle. So pinch, pinch, pinch. And my little secret tip is to keep on pinching. If you want them to keep their shape in the oven, you really have to pinch. I like to fold the corners over to make sure they really stay closed. I don't like a Hamantaschen opening in the oven. That's a big no for me. I'm very particular about these
Now
things.
look, I made circle blue.
Wow, you're getting ahead of the game.
Oh,
Okay, so this is what they're going to look like before they go into the oven. I'll do some close-ups as well so you can see how I'm doing it. Okay, so here is the first batch ready to go in the oven, and I'm actually going to pop this into the refrigerator until the second batch is ready, so they both go in at the same time and are both chilled and ready to go. Okay, so here's the next batch. By the way, if you're curious how I did the tie-dye, I have a whole nother video on that, which I will link below, on doing like rainbow layers to Hamantaschen. And now I'm going to take my sprinkles, and I have a little funnel over here, and I'm just going to pour them in to get them into the center of the Hamantaschen without making too much of a mess. Okay, so that's how I get them right in the center without making too much of a mess. So I just pulled my beautiful Hamantaschen out of the oven. They are smelling so good and looking so cute. I'm going to show you guys how they came out. So this is them in all their beautiful rainbow glory. I'm just gonna take their photos and then I'll pack them up and send them to friends and family. So aside from just eating our Hamantaschen, we like to send them to friends and family in gift baskets called Mishloach Manot. It's part of the celebration of Purim, one of my favorite things to do. I apologize for all the noise in my house. So we're gonna go enjoy our Hamantaschen. I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Let me know if you're making Hamantaschen this year and what recipes you're using. I love to hear all about it. Chat with me in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one. Happy Purim, bye!